A baseball calendar is marked by major events every fan knows. Opening day, the All-Star Game, September pennant races, and the hunt for October. And then there are the days that carry their own special meaning within the Cubs organization, like today. Today is Truck Day, an annual holiday of sorts here at Wrigley, because it means spring training is about to begin.
So let's see. This room should be good. The weight room's good.
Yep.
We got John's antlers. That's
Yep. Was that cowboy hat supposed to go?
I think it stays.
I think everything else is good.
Good.
In every major league clubhouse, you'll find clubbies, the staff working in baseball's trenches to keep players comfortable, the team organized, and the clubhouse functioning like a well-oiled machine. Or as they might put it,
We're the guys that move the trunks for the rock stars that go on stage. You want help? Or?
Yeah, just grab it.
We try to help set the stage for the boys to go out there and do what they do.
Matty and Danny have been at work all off-season.
Can you see which one's the hat trunk?
But the last few weeks were devoted to packing up every possible item that could be useful in Arizona.
Tennis rackets, fly balls for our outfielders.
Danny, Matty, and the rest of the clubbies will move the team across the country, city to city, throughout the season.
The grind's real, but it's fun to get going again, and baseball season's back, so I think people are excited. We're excited.
The move to spring training is the first stop on the journey.
The way that they pack the truck, it's fascinating. Like, they're the best, like, Tetris players in the world.
You're amazing.
They're amazing.
With the Cubs clubhouse emptied out and the final crate loaded in place, the truck is ready to roll down Clark Street. Just like that, after a winter without baseball, spring is right around the corner.
Well, 5:21, and we are on our way to the ballpark.
Willson Contreras begins every day at spring training well before sunrise.
I always wake up at 4:45. It's the way it is. I like to be the first one in the ballpark.
The catcher position is perhaps the most demanding and underappreciated in baseball.
People think that baseball is easy. Throw the ball, catch the ball, hit the ball. A lot of people think that we just go to the ballpark and make money, but they don't know how much work do we have to put on every day to get better, to play better, and to perform better. We have to make a lot of sacrifices.
When you make a living behind the plate, sacrifice is part of the job description. Major league catchers show up to camp a week before the rest of the players, and they manage the longest daily practice schedules.
I know that every position has the demand, like they ask us for a lot, but I think being as a catcher, being behind the plate the whole year, it's really hard. It's really hard.
Hayward makes a catch, Castro back to the bag to tag, the throw, he's gonna be out! And Contreras is hurt as they had a collision.
Injuries have cost the Cubs star backstop the better part of the last two seasons. Staying healthy for the long haul is now a focus for this 27-year-old.
And the older we get, we have to work harder. I have to find a way to manage my energy. I have to be healthy. I want to be healthy for my team. And I just want to play the whole year. I want to play 120 games. That's my main goal.
The one name mentioned as much as Chris Bryant in trade rumors this offseason was Willson Contreras. It was a difficult time for the Venezuelan native. Contreras has been with the team since signing as a teenager.
I was getting a little bit scared during the off season, but because of the trade rumors, there were a lot that were consistent. So it was hard to not think about it, to avoid them. But it was kind of painful because there's a business side and there's a personal side. For me, it's both because this is the only team that I've been with, so it's hard to be personal. Always blessed to be here, and let's see if I can end my career with the Cubs.
For Contreras and the Cubs, the last 2 seasons have ended short of expectations.
The Colorado Rockies have gone on the road and defeated the Cubs to move on to the division series.
If the Cubs are to return to the playoffs, the 2-time All-Star will undoubtedly play a critical role. But it will take a team effort. As he walks into the facility parking lot, Contreras notices he's not the only early riser, and that's a good sign.
Rizzo's here, Hayward's here, see? Everybody gets here early, bro. We're here to get better. I like to see that.
Willson Contreras and David Ross were teammates during Wilson's rookie season. As Contreras' major league journey was beginning, Ross's 14-year career was coming to an end. Now Contreras enters his 12th season with the organization as Ross begins his inaugural campaign as manager. Today, Ross is leading his first coaches meeting.
All righty, boys. Good morning.
With more than 24 staff members crammed into a conference room, seating is limited.
Real quick before we go over the schedule, just a reminder, Major League staff, Rick has dinner tonight, 6 o'clock. Minor leaguers will give you guys our extra stuff and we'll bring it back tomorrow.
When you're a rookie manager with a handful of new coaches, it is essential to get everyone on the same page. It begins with a rundown of the day's schedule.
The pitchers today have what should be a very short day for them. And the other thing, just like cage-wise, Chad, we're gonna have 2 curveball machines cranking at the same time. You and Steve will have those.
Round 2 of the live BPs for quite a few of these guys. There's going to be guys that are a little tight. They're not going to say anything, so just communicate with them, see where they're at. Most of these guys throwing today will have like 2 or 3 days off and be in the game, so I prefer almost a lighter day.
Spring training gives coaches time to work out the kinks, too.
I think now has a video he would like to show everybody.
Like learning where all the batting practice cameras are located.
All right, Al's ready to hit. Hold on a second, I need to sit right here. So I am going to bring the net. Perfect.
Safety first.
Safety first, right? Yeah. We've got cameras everywhere. We don't even know where they're at anymore.
All right, thanks guys. Appreciate it.
After reviewing a few final notes from the scouting department, it's time to get to work.
All right, boys. Have a good day. Open your ears, scouts. All right. That's my video commitment for the year, boys.
Next on Cubs 162, pitching coach Tommy Hottovy juggles roster decisions and meet one of the Cubs' newest relievers, Jeremy Jeffress, unplugged. At spring training, it has become as memorable as the day pitchers and catchers report.
What? Photo day. All right.
Oh, I like that.
I can smile, I can not smile.
Okay.
Depends on what you're using it for.
On photo day, players file their way through the various stations as photographers snap headshots to be used throughout the season.
I think that's my quota for today, isn't it?
For 15 years, John Lester has faced the cameras. Right now, he's ready to strike a final pose.
You get one picture.
One picture?
Yeah, we said one more.
I meant one more station.
Oh, okay.
Photo day can be a humbling experience for big league ball players. Whether you're an all-star or the faces of the franchise, on this day, you're just another name and number.
All right.
Most of the photos are pretty normal. Hold a bat, pretend to throw a baseball. But when boredom sets in, weird usually follows.
Last picture day, John, ever, huh?
Are we smiling?
Yeah, like that.
Well, look at each other. You're such an idiot. Gotta get this one. Everybody gotta get that one.
Jeremy Jeffress is one of the new faces on a team with many familiar ones. The veteran reliever has already made a big impression on his Cub teammates and the team photographers.
Perfect. Thanks very much, man.
That's right. Right or left? Left or right?
Right.
Jeffress is no stranger to photo days or living in a new city. The right-hander has played for 5 different teams in 10 years. An all-star 2 seasons ago, the Cubs hope Jeffress can recreate some of that magic.
I hear you. Right there. Like it?
After a decade in the league, he may have to rely on some divine intervention.
Opportunity of a lifetime, ladies and gentlemen. Hey.
For one of the biggest off-season acquisitions, this day offers Jeffress a new audience.
You gotta smile, you know? Ear to ear, the Grinch smile.
And a chance to simply be himself.
Like you. You! He sucks. You see? You see what I'm saying? Tell the people who you really are. I suck. That's what you see what I'm saying? Javi, look at this beautiful guy. Watch how good he smile. Look at that.
Do this thing with Fox for the London series.
Okay.
Come over here.
Yeah, we're going London. London.
Jeffress marches to the beat of his own drum.
This is the best march. London march.
And he provides his own soundtrack, whether or not anyone can hear him.
One time for Kobe, baby. One time for him. One time for him, baby.
Now, we don't have any audio in here.
All right, I know, but I did it. Anyway, they got some.
You flip around.
Yeah, I got you.
Jeffress on 1 and 2. Got him! Struck him out looking.
2 years ago, Jeffress was one of the anchors at the back of the Brewers' bullpen. Pitching coach Tommy Hottovy is hoping the 32-year-old can fill a similar role in Chicago.
Split that one seam and pull. And pull with that out front on top.
Hottovy will lean on Jeffress's leadership and experience to steady a young staff. If all of the pieces come together, the Cubs could be sipping champagne once again. If there is someone who can match Jeffress's childlike enthusiasm, it's Tommy Hottovy.
D, how we doing today, babe?
Doing great. How you doing?
Good.
Hottovy is now in his 2nd season as the Cubs pitching coach, but he has been an integral part of the clubhouse since joining the scouting department in 2015.
Good pitch. I like that.
At 38, Hottovy is the major's youngest pitching coach, which makes him just about 2 years older than veteran John Lester.
John, I'm mic'd up today, so whatever you want to talk about. They won't come in the lab, though. They'll just hear everything we talk about.
The only thing Hottovy wants to talk about right now is preparing the pitching staff for the grind ahead.
It's balancing the needs of each guy. You're looking at probably 5 spots available and, upwards of 15 to 20 guys fighting for them. So what I'm trying to do is get this done early so that way have some time to warm him up.
Yeah, if you want to.
We take 13 guys to our opening day, but we could use double that throughout the course of the season. So you need arms.
Hottovy has his work cut out for him. The questions about the bullpen still exist after last season's struggles.
And a high drive into left center field. Oh, Daddy! And the Reds, for the first time all day, lead in Chicago.
For now, Hottovy is just trying to balance his time among 36 pitchers.
It does get tough, juggling. We have camp this year, 36 pitchers. Fonty, can I borrow you? Do you mind standing in for me? A lot of arms, a lot of scheduling.
So all these guys are going to have 2 days off. So I don't want them throwing more than 15 today.
The puzzle of just the scheduling alone is a beast. Right now, I look like I'm running around with a chicken with my head cut off, and that's because there's so much going on. You guys don't feel like you got to chase me down. I'll be back over. I'm going to be this a lot. So. Yeah, no problem. As we get into games, as we get into spring, guys start getting into their routines, things start falling into line. It becomes a much smoother process.
The process begins every morning in the film room.
You see him, he wanted to swing at that.
The film room is a big part of the Cubs' hands-on approach. Here, Hottovy is able to spend quality one-on-one time with the pitching staff. They review video of live bullpen sessions, batting practice and diagnose grip and release points.
I mean, that movement is what we're looking for. So you throw this one, throw it. Boom. That's the same thing you need to have with the lefties.
The film sessions assure Hottovy his pitchers are engaged and progressing at the pace he wants them to. In the major leagues, success or failure can be defined by a matter of inches.
When you throw your sliders on that seam, it's a different feel. So
The minute little changes can become drastic changes. At release, 1 millimeter change could be a foot at the plate because it's covering 60 feet.
Pitch right there, that's probably a strike at the top of the zone too. And he quits on it out of hand. He's wanting to see it down. I mean, this hits him in the mask. It's a strike.
Reliever Brad Wick was one of the strengths of the bullpen down the stretch last season.
Hey, you got him. Back-to-back Ks.
This spring, the 6'9" southpaw was diagnosed with a heart abnormality. Now healthy and back at camp, Wick is back in the film room.
Get to that point, whatever that grip is, that little offset you feel, and then if you think about like taking like that part of the baseball and like just ripping straight through it that way versus saying like stay behind it, because the minute you go like that and stay behind it, it's gonna cut. Yeah. Nice job though, good overall.
Hottovy understands firsthand how volatile the reliever market can be. The former sidearm throwing lefty suffered a shoulder injury that ended his major league career after only 17 games.
You know, like year to year, progression's not linear and decline's not linear. To expect a guy just to come in and do what he did last year, we don't believe in that. We want to work on things that got us to that point and keep going. But also to think a guy had a bad year last year and can't come in and have a good year is also false in my mind. That's good. What's that look like to you there?
Over the next few weeks, Hottovy will work to pare down the pitching staff. A finance major from a family of accountants, Hottovy will lean on that knowledge as he sorts through the numbers.
You may have 7 or 8 guys that you absolutely love, but if they all pitch the same way, your hands are kind of tied as to what you can do. You really want to build unique pieces that can do a lot of different things. Matching that all up, that's the most fun part for me.
Next on Cubs 162, Darvish's enigmatic relationship with the Japanese media. Every spring day, they arrive at dawn. A group of Japanese reporters are documenting Yu Darvish's every move. They are not on the Cubs beat, they are on the Yu beat. Wherever he goes, they follow, and they film. Every sprint, every stretch, every strike. Darvish has been trailed by cameras and microphones since he was 15. At times, he has struggled to navigate his relationship with the Japanese media.
そこはちょっとでもね、アメリカ人の記者の人たちなんか勉強してるのはしてると思う。してる人が多いから、もし批判されてても、それがちゃんとしたものだったら別にこっちも受け入れられるけど、そうじゃない、何も分かってないでただ批判する記事とかいうのは、まあ日本はそっちの方が多いかな。フレンドリーというか、よく理解してない人は多いと思う、こっちに比べて。
Dylan and Wataru have witnessed Darvish's evolution firsthand. The pair of reporters have covered the 33-year-old since he was a teenager in Japan. When a photo surfaced of Darvish smoking underage, he was suspended from professional baseball and forced to make a public apology.
The team in Japan, one of the team officials asked him to write an apology essay, basically a reflection essay about his mistake. And doing it once is one thing, right? They asked him to write one every single day for 1 month.
でも多分とにかく日本はでも反省をもう無駄にさせる部分があるから、だからちょうど間ぐらいがいいんじゃないかなと思う。
The experience left him even more guarded in front of the media.
もちろんあの時やっぱり急に周りがコロッと変わったし、逆に僕はその後良くなったらまた急にまた変わったりとか、まあその人ってやっぱり、まあ、特に大人の人ってやっぱりそのね人とこう関係を持つのって結構まあ損得でまあ考えると思うので、まあそういう意味でちょっと怖いなとは思う。
When you kind of look at his evolution as a person over the years, it's been kind of this thing of, do I like the Japanese thinking? Do I want to separate myself as an individual person? And I think there's been this kind of constant like tug of war in a way.
Darvish has made a genuine effort to connect with the reporters who cover him. Since last season, he no longer relies on an interpreter when he speaks to the American media.
This year I'm healthy and the second half gave me a lot of confidence.
For Darvish, it translates to 2 daily press conferences.
He wanted to kind of challenge himself and force himself to do something outside of his comfort zone.
You can't have like gold medal, right? But
I think it's kind of like the same as him doing Twitter and YouTube. I think he wanted his message directly to the audience.
こんにちは。今日もサブチャンネルへようこそ。
Further proof of his transformation, Darvish has found his voice on social media. He is personable and outspoken.
まあ単純に日本人であんまりそういう自分の意見とかを言う人たちがやっぱり、すごく少ないので、なのでそういう前例をやっぱりいろんなところで作っていくってことがまあ大事だと思うからやってます。
I think there's a beautiful kind of frankness about him, right? Again, in a culture maybe where you're not supposed to be that outspoken. What I think's really kind of surprised a lot of people is how like funny he is, right?
He comes from Osaka, right? Which is, as you know, it's a mecca of comedy in Japan. If you're not funny, you're not worth anything in Osaka.
Darvish enters this season more at ease in front of the cameras and on the mound.
What we're seeing now is what we saw the second half of the season. We're seeing not only the stuff, but his personality.
いやまあだから去年はあれですごく自信になったので、今年もそういうね同じようなかもっとそれ以上のピッチングができるように、まあしっかり調整していきたいなと。
As we saw late last season, maybe he's kind of finally found something.
Strikeout number 8 for Darvish.
I honestly really wouldn't be surprised if he went out and won a Cy Young this year.
For the veteran right-hander, anything seems possible. Up next, a timeless look back at spring training when Cubs 162 returns. "133 springs ago, the Cubs headed south for their first spring training. Now, under a cloudless Arizona sky, the team gathered once again. Behind them, a long winter of change, of goodbyes, and uncertain futures. Ahead, the promise of summer, but also gathering clouds of crisis and a season in question. These moments belong to baseball. The fresh-cut grass, the easy banter of teammates reunited, the hiss of fastballs, the autograph-filled notebook. For the 2020 Cubs, the grind of the season awaits, and the events of the day loom large. But for the men who play, for the sunburned kids, the grandparents in lawn chairs, the worries of the world will pass, as they always have. And everything we love about this game, the sunshine, the fresh air, and the team behind us, serve as reminders that there will be baseball to play.